Donna Curtis. I've been working with Oracle applications for about 22 years, working with Oracle Cloud applications for about 6 years. I want to talk about roles in ERP Cloud. So first, let's talk about seated roles. You have job roles, and a job role is made up of duty roles and privileges. Duty roles are made up of a group of privileges and possibly other duty roles. We'll start at the lowest level. A privilege gives you the ability to open a form, to edit a form, to delete, to view, to do any kind of a function within a form or actually run a process. You have multiple privileges put together. And when you group them together in what they call a duty role. So you have duty roles that contain multiple privileges that are put together to create a job role. So the job role is a grouping of duty roles that make sense. So to create an invoice, you have duty roles associated with creating invoices, with processing invoices, all grouped together. So these are things that Oracle put together for you to make it easier for you to do the job. So some of the seated roles, for instance, in AP, you have Accounts Payable Manager, which is a role that gives you access to manage all of the payables. You have the ability to handle some of the setups associated, the configurations, as well as the basic business processes. So the seated roles are very good in that they give you access to do everything that you need to be able to do. They come prepackaged, so you don't have to think about what you need. They're there, they're ready to go, no need to change anything. But unfortunately, these seated roles also come with a lot of segregation of duties issues, a lot of excess privileges, excess access that isn't necessary, that a lot of people have access to things they should not have. There are no inquiry only or view only roles. So to give someone access to view invoices, view payments, you have to give them a role that gives them access to edit and create, as well as be able to view. So in that case, seated roles can be a very good thing to have, but they can also be very dangerous in the wrong hands. So then we have what we call a hybrid role. So people have determined that the seated roles need to be customized because they need to remove pieces that are not applicable to the job someone is going to be doing. So they want to remove different privileges to take away the access that is not required. So they create a hybrid role. They take the duty roles and they copy them and they make changes to those. They remove the privileges that are not required. So say a job role has 5, 6 duty roles associated, and 3 of those duty roles are fine exactly the way they are. They don't need to make any changes to them, but the other 3 duty roles do need to be changed. So they copy those and they make those changes and create 3 custom duty roles that have been changed. And then they create a new custom job role, but they use the seated duty roles that they did not change and the new custom duty roles that they did change. So now you have a custom job role because it's a copy of the original and it has both seated duty roles and custom duty roles within it. We call that a hybrid because it's partial custom and partial seated. And the problem with that is that when patches come, which they will come, Oracle requires you to take patches and upgrades. The upgrade will try to make changes to seated processes, seated roles, seated job roles, and seated duty roles. So it will try to, and it will make changes to those seated duty roles that you did not customize. So you could have a partial update to a duty role that was that maybe 4 of those duty roles should have had updates, but since you customized one of them, the update to that won't happen because it will not update a custom role. But the other 3 that are seated will be updated. You then get a partial update to a custom role, which could cause a problem and allow functionality to not work properly or partial functionality to work. that was new that automatically showed up in the custom role. So hybrid roles can be dangerous because you don't know necessarily what you're getting when an upgrade happens. So I've had a lot of people say, we've tried to customize, but our roles broke. And typically when we look into it, they broke because they used hybrid roles and they didn't customize everything. So therefore they received a partial patch to a role, and that's what caused the breakage. So we don't recommend hybrid roles. It's not the right way to go. So our recommendation is to fully customize your job role. And by fully customize, we mean the job role itself at the very top level, all the way through every duty role throughout the entire job role needs to be customized. Even if you copy the duty role and make no changes to it whatsoever, you still need to customize it. You still need to copy it and rename it. That way, everything within your job role has been customized. And when a patch comes, the patch will not affect your job role at all. It will not make any changes to it. It will not update it. Your job role will be just fine the way it is. So therefore, you have the ability to go and look at the functionality that was added via a patch in a test or a dev instance and validate if you like it, if you want to use it, if it passes your company's standards for what you need, and you can test it and determine exactly which role and who needs to have access to that. And you can then add it to your custom roles as need be where you want it added. It won't show up accidentally by surprise, nor will functionality be removed that you didn't know about being removed. So we totally believe fully customized roles will not be impacted, and we have proof that they have not been impacted. And that's why we believe that customizing your roles all the way through is the way to go. It also gives you the ability to make sure you have exactly what each user needs to have in the roles for what their job performance is going to be. So if this information is interesting to you and you wish to discuss your role design or have us review what you have to determine how your roles have been designed, feel free to reach out to us at info@erpra.net, and we'd be more than happy to discuss this with you.